So this is where I am buying more Shiba Inu. Right now, it seems like things are at all-time lows in terms of optics. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on, but we actually had a little surge of excitement to the tune of 6 trillion Shib over the last 24 hours. And we did see Shib do something that it has done historically speaking. So we're going to talk about all that in this video. And right now, frankly, we're just continuing to follow that trend like I was talking about. We're following this descending wedge heading towards that point, which we talked about a possible retest and a triple bottom taking place all the way down at about 4 zeros, 122, 4 zeros, 123. And right now, I'm not going to play games and try to wait for it to hit the absolute bottom of here. So I'm basically taking a about 4% risk or so. And I understand that things could in fact head even lower than that. If stuff just turns to crap in the crypto market, you can't really stop retail from doing what they're going to do, right? People capitulate all the time. But I will say that Shib has done a very good job of showing high levels of conviction and showing great bounces historically speaking. What I will say here that we do need to watch too is, if Shib does get a bounce out of these ranges and come up, we need to make sure that we don't create that right shoulder. I think I've talked about the head and shoulders kind of building across the crypto market several times before here, but just wanted to make sure I remind everybody that may in fact be something that plays out over time. But what we did see in terms of Shiba Inu over the last 24 hours was a huge surge of whale activity. In fact, we saw a whale inflow day, which is a great sign to see. Nice breath of fresh air, 129 billion Shib added by whales. But I think what was more eye-opening was the trading that was going on, because there was actually over 6 trillion Shiba Inu traded in these large volume transactions. These are transactions that are $100,000 or more. In fact, what we did just see on the 12-hour stochastic RSI, if you guys can see that, we did just get a bullish cross take place. So that is actually a good sign. This shows that Shib could actually possibly be building a bit of momentum to the upside here. All right. Now, even after we did have a little bit of spike in terms of supply and exchanges, we are again continuing to head down in terms of Shiba Inu. And there is going to be a point where there is just so little sitting on exchanges available for people to accumulate that it creates this big impact in price. We've talked about supply shock before. It's what has led Shib to do some of these incredible things in terms of price. But lately, we just have not had the optics and interest surrounding meme coins. And that's okay, right? We can all acknowledge that things haven't been that great in the crypto market. And a lot of the news has just been really loud noise. A lot of news surrounding tariffs and trade deals and war and economic uncertainty. And it's all basically a big facade. It's to distract people from what's taking place. It's why we're seeing huge institutional accumulation taking place. We had yet another day again of institutional money adding Ethereum. They just continue to buy and buy and buy. And what you're seeing is just this compression of ETH like we've talked about, and it's just squeezing it and squeezing it and squeezing it. And eventually there's going to be a break. All right. It's a question of which way does it break? Well, if you're seeing this much accumulation by institutions and this much accumulation added, or this much accumulation by whales at this time, which way do we think it's going to move? Probably up. This isn't to guarantee your financial advice or anything like that, but we have to connect the dots here and ask ourselves, are they buying to lose money or are they buying to make money? They're buying to make money. That's probably where they're going to be pushing things, is up across the crypto space. And what we know is that when ETH starts making those moves, that is when you start to see ERC20s and excitement surrounding other assets like real world assets and memes and stuff like that. They do well. That's what comes with retail excitement. Now, what I will say here as well is, that hard floor we were talking about in terms of SHIB versus ETH, we're doing exactly what we did back here. We got our little breach down. It looks like SHIB is flattening out right now as we speak. Obviously, it's only 7 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. There's a lot of day left ahead of us. But last several times, spent a couple days down below here, flipped around, and it was a continuation of our rally, right? Right here, down test, bounce above it. Obviously, we went really far down back here in July of 2024. We know that July of 2024 really sucked. For those that don't remember, that is when Germany was dumping their BTC and causing all this fear and uncertainty in the crypto market. At the same time, we were dealing with the Mt. Gox news. And right now, there's been a lot of good stuff actually taking place. But I think people forget that we just had a bunch of FTX distributions, and what those distributions were stable coins and cash. I mean, there's a lot of capital that is set to hit the crypto market. There's a lot of inflows that have been taking place. Just yesterday, saw some more USDC minting taking place. So the market's kind of gearing up for this big run. And it's a question of how much interest hits meme coins. What kind of surges does that cause around the crypto space? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I'm excited about where we're at. I'm not ready to say, oh, we're going to moon today. I've never been like a moon boy or anything like that. I acknowledge, though, that Shib can make some pretty aggressive moves in a short period of time. It's done it before. They're probably not done. And what that means is that, yes, there will be, in fact, some exciting times ahead for Shib, but it's all about making sure that you're prepared, your positions are rounded out. I've done a good job of accumulating on some of the lows here, that we've identified in the past, right? Obviously, fire sale range, opportunity zone. Some ones up here I bought maybe a little high, but for the most part, I just tend to catch right before the market is about to rip. And that's what it's starting to feel like. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.